first question. Okay, so you're in the club, bar, party of your choice. Drinks are flowing, shots are being taken. Party, whoop, whoop. Guy approaches you. You two start dancing. The guy gets a boner while you grinding on him. You feel it. What are your thoughts? Also, if you think the guy is cute, do you give him a pass and keep dancing? If he's okay looking, do you walk away? Had a co-ed discussion at work about this. Some females said they were turned on. Others said they step away no matter what they look like. What are your thoughts? That's a lot. Party, whoop, whoop.
I don't think I would stop, but it wouldn't be such a turn on either.
Right. I mean,
Just
it
act
depends.
normal, just like regular programs.
No. Well, for
know.
me, I just feel like, oh, okay. Got a blast.
You wouldn't say anything like, is that a gun in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
No.
So what if he says, I'm just happy to see you?
Okay, then I
Dun, dun,
definitely
dun.
stop dancing.
No, I really don't like it when that happens, actually. Yeah. It's so weird. Yeah, it's, I mean, you know, it's like time to get a drink at that point, you know?
Yeah.
Let's go grab a drink.
Yeah.
I'm thirsty.
Yeah, I remember that happened to me when I was like very young. I was very young and I was dancing at somebody's quinceañera or something. And it was actually my friend's older brother.
Oh gosh.
And then I felt it and he kind of just stood there and I'm like,
Yeah.
so I'm kind of like scarred from that. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's circumstances.
But you would be
yeah,
picky,
no,
though.
exactly.
You would pretty much be picky who you're gonna twerk on.
So I guess that
twerk
yes,
on.
like, would you
Yeah.
walk away? Yeah. I mean,
you're gonna feel something, right? But it also depends on like if you're getting a creepy vibe from a guy, that's what's kind of like cringeworthy. If you're like both like, you know, then that's different.
Step up.
You talking about the dancing movie?
No, yeah. You both were just like, yeah, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, yeah, I just feel like it's situations, circumstances. So, said a quinceañera with somebody's older brother.
Yeah.
Not okay.
Now that I say it out loud as an adult, I
Yeah.
feel like I'm concerned about myself. Like,
No,
Damn.
it's okay.
yeah.
So was everything regular after that? Like it was normal, like that never happened?
Yeah. Yeah, it never happened. Never happened. Nope. Nothing. Yeah.
All right, next question. How do you feel about foot fetishes, and have you ever gotten your toes sucked?
Yeah. Have you guys?
No.
You've never gotten your toes?
No.
You've
I
never
mean,
gotten-
I wouldn't be
This
opposed
isn't
to
normal?
it, but I never.
I would be like, please don't do that.
I'm ticklish, so I don't know if that would work out. I
I'm
don't know.
ticklish too, but like when it happens, because it used to be like during missionary, and then his foot would just, my foot would just be on his face. So
No.
This is my foot and this is his face. But he didn't have like a foot fetish. Like he didn't like ask me to do things with my feet. He just liked to suck my toes while having sex, not like before or after.
I feel like I'd be crying inside, like, please don't, please stop. I'm like, oh God, this is.
It's just some funny shit. Really, I really thought that was normal. I really thought we were all about to say yes. Wow.
I feel like it
It
is
might be
normal.
normal,
It's just
but
never. I wouldn't let it
It
happen.
hasn't occurred.
It's.
That shit is funny as hell when it happens, though.
I mean, I've gotten my
Sitting
feet
back like-
kissed, but it's never like insert.
So,
Insert toe.
so this guy,
Any hole's a goal.
any hole is a goal.
Any hole.
So this guy offered me some money for foot pictures. It started off by like foot pictures, right, on Twitter, and like he DM'd me, you know, blah blah blah, and I'm like, what could go wrong, right? So then from foot picture it goes to video. Well, you know, maybe a video of you, you know, like with your feet, and I'm like, well, what would I be doing in the video? And he's like, well, it's kind of really specific. And so I'm like, I mean, now you've piqued my curiosity. I'm like, what the fuck? What could I be doing with my feet? So I'm like, what is it? So I'm gonna read you guys what he wrote me, okay? Okay, so here's my idea for the video. It's a bit descriptive and weird, but I feel like you could pull this off best. I am so
Your
honored
feet
I
are
could really
just-
pull this off. So after you've worn your stinkiest shoes / flats after the gym or a long day, it would really make my day if you sniffed your bare toes in the shoes while listening to the whole track of Janet Jackson's Love Will Never Do Without You. While also throwing in some PUs intensely in between whiffs for added emphasis. But I'd love to see this preferably towards the end of the song. The main goal of this is to see how well and deep you can sniff in between those toes, the super stink phase, and the intensity of the PUs, that stank phase, if you will. So, okay, let's break this
That's
down.
intense.
I mean, okay, at first I thought maybe his disclaimer was unnecessary. Like, okay, dude, shut up, it's descriptive. Okay, what is it? And then you start reading it, it's like, okay, you fucking, yes, you needed this stupid ass
Yeah.
disclaimer. Because you're fucking, what the fuck?
I just want to know why Janet Jackson, why that song.
And then
Love Will
towards the
Never
end,
Do.
that's when you're cute.
No, I understood why. I understood why my cue for the PUs is towards the end, because towards the end in that song, she has like an ad lib that kind of sounds like that, so I can do it with the ad lib.
God.
You.
No.
I understood that part. Everything else was kind of like, I want to know why that song, and I never asked him why. But like the funniest thing is that I was like, you know what? This isn't that bad. I could do this shit.
I can sniff my toes.
We could set up like all the lights and whatever. Y'all could help me. You could be my
on your stinky feet.
yes, on my stinky feet.
And we all gotta
day.
smell your
Right.
Yes, you know, help
We'll
me
be
act
some
it
background
out.
singers.
Yeah.
But for real.
Yes. So I'm like, okay. So then,
Oh God.
where he lost me was, he was like, yeah, and then if you could mail me the socks that you wore,
Oh.
and then I was like, nah, see,
That's some voodoo.
no, that's exactly what I said. I said, what if he does voodoo on me? Fuck that
Nope.
shit. And then I'm over here, like, killing people or something
the
because this guy did
Robot
voodoo
Maria?
on me. Then I go, and then, you know,
Oh my gosh.
or like end up in love with him or
Ew.
something. That
Oh,
kind
no.
of voodoo, novela voodoo. Yeah, so I was too scared of that. But
Yeah.
Janet Jackson, man, that song will never be the same.
So it's a little weird. I just wonder how fetishes come about. Like, how do you one day notice that you love feet and that
Sweet,
you love
sweet smell of
toes
that toe
in your
jam.
mouth? In between. the toes.
Mm.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when-
Actually, I have had more than one guy stuck on my toes.
But how do people? I don't know.
That's why I thought it was normal. Because had it been just one guy,
Right.
I'd be like, okay, it was just him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been multiple guys.
No, I don't think that it's abnormal. I feel like I'm just always like, don't do
Go like this with your feet.
that. Yeah, make them ugly or something. Like, see, they're not cute.
Not even manicured. Okay.
Not cute. Don't do that.
Just in case, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Hey, ladies. Male watcher here. I'm currently happily married with
There's
two
such thing.
newborn twins. And I noticed a couple of people that played me and a few exes of mine are always watching my stories, and some of them don't even follow me.
Mhm.
My question is, have any of you ever been in a position where an ex of yours or someone who you curved ends up having everything you want in a relationship? And do you ever feel regret for not giving that person a real chance?
The question took a turn.
Yeah.
That's never happened to me because the men that I've dated ain't shit, so they still ain't shit. So there's nothing I want about that.
Yeah, I
Well.
don't think I've ever had somebody I curved and I wanted back. I think I'm pretty good at picking the good ones out.
Right.
Okay, bitch. Shady ass.
Oh, no.
Thanks.
I mean, like, not picking them, but not passing up on the good one.
Continue.
Like, was there ever somebody you curved you wish you didn't curve?
Right.
No.
Yeah, right? Okay. Yeah.
I don't. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah. No. What about you?
I mean, I feel like eventually I got to it. Like, okay, yeah, no, never mind. No more ex shenanigans.
Yeah. I mean, but I have had it happen to me though.
I mean, I don't think that I wish. So I don't. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
See, here I go.
Yeah. When they come back. Hey, big
Right.
head.
Hey,
It's
big
like-
head.
Right. But when they come back, do you wish like? I don't know how to describe. Like, did you want that when they came back,
Nope.
or were you like it was just like they came back?
No, they just came back. And the exit door is right over there.
Yeah.
You know what?
Well,
They try to come back a lot, and then finally, like, tore me down, and then got in there like real quick, robbed the whole place,
Right.
and then left. So yeah, nah.
But like watching your stories too, because it doesn't even follow them.
yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
Right.
Maybe they're plotting how to get their foot in.
Honey, be careful with that shit.
Right.
Protect
Block
your
them,
marriage,
actually.
okay? Yeah,
Might as well
block them.
them.
Protect your marriage. You're happy, whatever. You don't, whatever. Like, that's some weird shit right there.
Mhm.
That's some fucking stalker shit, actually. Fuck
Look,
that.
I'm not watching any of my exes anything.
Hell no.
No.
So they can see my name. At least have the decency, ladies, to
Make
make a fake
fake
profile.
Hello.
God, like, come on, man. It's 2018.
Yeah, that's weird. And he's married, has kids.
Oh,
Mhm.
I am
Do you want it?
offended.
Maybe they're just admiring. You never know.
Or maybe they're happy
But-
for you.
Yeah. So
Let's hope. Let's hope that your exes are happy for you, and they're like, "Yes,
positive.
motherfucker, yes, work that marriage,
Work that dude.
yes, work that pussy." So let's hope that. Okay, we're gonna be optimistic tonight in
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Let's
Yes.
hope.
Yes.
All right. So next question: how do I improve my sex life?
Well, there's a lot of ways, but I wish that we knew
Right.
your gender and what was wrong with your sex life. That would kind of help us
Right. What are you supposed
know
to say?
what to tell you. But overall, let's think of
How do you
overall ways to
improve-
improve somebody's sex life.
Try to find out what the other person likes.
There we go.
Well, what if he can't get laid? What if that's his issue?
Oh,
Or
she.
she.
if
Sorry.
they can't get laid, go out more.
Oh, so
Go out more. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Meet new
Just go out more.
people. Get used to being social.
I mean, I guess the only way you're gonna
Get on
have
Tinder.
sex is if you meet somebody.
Yeah. But actually
Practice
get
makes
out.
perfect.
Also masturbate.
How does that help you?
Because for guys, no. I meant that for women. I mean, guys, you're like, and that's it, and you're good. But women, we have to figure ourselves out, and we have to explore down there and figure out what makes us tick. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Do it
Yeah,
again.
tick. What makes your toes go like that? You got to figure that out for yourself, because you can't leave that. I mean, it's okay if you leave it up to your partner if you're both exploring, but if maybe your sex life is lacking because you're not feeling pleased by your partner, then do you know what you like, and then you can communicate that to them.
Yeah, this question is very vague, so it's hard to
Yes,
answer
it would
this.
help if you were more specific.
Right.
What other issues could
Like
that
if
mean?
you can't get hard, kind of thing. Is it that you can't get it up, or you can't get wet?
Well, you
for
would know
men?
how to improve it, I guess, but
Yeah.
consult a doctor. That's an actual
If you can't get it, yeah.
I mean, Viagra for one, and KY for the other.
Right.
Yeah.
but just make sure you're good.
Yeah, of course. First and foremost.
How do you improve? I mean, yeah, that sums it up.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Alrighty, next question. What's the worst gift anyone has given you?
Y'all go first, because y'all know I got a story for this one.
Sheesh.
Oh, I think I know.
Oh, Jesus.
Is it rounds with worst gift? Jesus. Nothing.
Right.
Oh, shit.
When you were expecting something, it was probably nothing. But if it was something I received, I would say probably one of those dumb, pointless gifts. Not even to sound mean. Sorry, Dad, if you ever watch this.
Right.
But
I thought, I was like, man, this is family that I'm going to have to talk trash about.
Y'all messy.
Right? But he would just buy me like, okay, first of all, you know dads, and dads always want you to cover up from like head to toe. And so he'll buy me some basketball shorts, but like basketball shorts that would fit my brothers on me. It was just, yeah, it was these
That's
oversized
funny.
basketball shorts that apparently they were perfect for me.
Oh, they were perfect for you. He just wanted to get it for his little girl.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
no.
cute.
I mean, I can't think of one specific thing because I feel like I'm the worst gift receiver because I'm so judgmental. And so, like, I don't know. I'm like, oh, an avocado, thanks. And you just keep it moving.
So you just gonna cop out like that? You just
I
not
really
gonna be
can't
specific?
I really can't think
Give
of,
one
like,
it's been too many.
example.
no, it really feels like there's two. I feel like since I've been a child, which I sound spoiled now, but I'm always just like, oh, okay, thanks.
Well, what's your least favorite one?
When I say it's so hard because there's so many.
Just say name one.
Socks, candy.
I mean, that's basic, but yeah, those definitely suck. But no, I actually like socks if they're like furry, fuzzy, like
Or like cute characters or
yeah.
something.
Give me a white pack of 6.
Here's some wife beaters for you.
No, I swear I've received gifts like that are so like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Did you pull this out of your closet and wrap it up? Like, what is this?
Oh
But
my
I can't think of one thing. I'm sorry.
You
Because it's
suck.
been so many. I'm sorry.
Anyways. So, I was talking to this guy, right?
Oh, Maria.
I was talking to this guy and we stopped talking. I don't remember why we stopped talking for a while. Whatever.
Because of his shitty gift.
Well, no, but this was before the gift.
Okay.
So I don't know why we stopped talking. Whatever. So he like kept texting me, you know, trying to see what was up all up in there. And I just really wasn't giving him the time of day, but he was a smart one because he knew how to get me. It was around Christmas time and he was like, hey, Maria, I'm gonna go Christmas shopping for my mom and my sister, and I just have no idea what to get them. Can you please help me? Like, how do I say no to that?
Right.
You know, that shit touched my heart. I was like, oh, yes, fine. You get on my damn nerves, but of course I'll go. So we go, whatever. We go to the mall. We go to Nordstrom. And I'm in there, I'm ready to be like, okay, so like, what's their personality like? Like, what's up? Like, what can you tell me about them? I'll help you. No, like, we literally get into Nordstrom. He goes straight to the shoes, straight to a pair of boots, and asks for the size and gets them. It was some really nice boots. And I'm like, okay, that's weird because he didn't, okay, like, he didn't ask me anything. He said, oh, you think these are nice? Okay, yeah, he did ask me that, but he wasn't like, hey, we should look around and see options. Like, he knew exactly what to get. And then he got his mom something else, but it was very specific too. I can't remember what it was. It was very specific. Both very nice gifts, but I was like, why am I here?
Right.
He knew like what to get them.
Trapped.
Right.
Trap.
It's a trap.
So he's like, so you hungry? And I'm like, did you just trick me into a date?
Right.
I mean, I guess we're here already. Okay, fine.
Classic Maria.
I mean, I guess. And also I love food, so whatever. Anyway. So we ate, blah, 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 go our separate ways. Thank you. Good night. Blah, blah, blah. Right. So then he texts me like the day after, like maybe 2 days after that. And he's like, mind you, while I'm at the mall, you know, you comment, you're like, oh, that's cute, or this is cute, or blah, 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 blah. Right. normal shit, right? And he's like, not really, whatever. So then he texts me and he's like, hey Maria, he's like, I got you a Christmas gift. And I'm like, oh, you shouldn't have. And he's like, no, yeah, it's just something small, but you should come over and pick it up. And I was like,
keyword, something small.
Yeah. He was like, it's something small, blah, 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 blah.
Come over
and get it, right? Not let's go to dinner and get it, and I'll give it to you, nothing. Just come over and get it, right? So I'm like, oh, fuck, like, okay, fine. Like, okay, thank you. You shouldn't have. I appreciate it. Okay, I'll go. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, he didn't ask me for my advice, right? So did he just like ask me out that day, like to kind of see what I like, and then wanted to get me something or what? Like I feel like that's a very logical way of like thinking of this situation, right? I wasn't being like, weird, right? So we get to his house and he's like, okay, close your eyes. And I'm like,
okay,
why are you making me close my eyes? And I'm sitting on the couch like this. And he's like standing in front of me and he's like, close your eyes. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to close my eyes. But whatever, I close my eyes. Oh no. I close my eyes. And he like put it on my lap. And I'm like, oh, this is light. This is light. Oh my God. So I opened my eyes and he got me a card.
An avocado.
And taped to the card was a single Mrs. Fields cookie, like individually wrapped, like the kind that you get at 7-Eleven. Just a Mrs. Fields cookie, individually wrapped, taped onto the envelope of the card. And it was a white macadamia nut one. I remember this specifically because I'm so traumatized. And I was like, I didn't know what to do. Like, because at that point, it feels so crazy. It feels so crazy that I'm like, I can't overreact to this because what if I'm being a bitch? What if I'm being a bitch? So I'm like, this is me. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, all right, let me open the card. I mean, just in case, maybe he just got me I don't know, whatever, like a poem or some shit. I don't know. Maybe he'll save it like with like some whatever, like some handwritten nice shit, right? So I opened the card and he's like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. I'm so broke, something, something. I'm sorry that this is not that big or whatever, and this and that. And I'm just like, but you didn't have to get me anything.
Right.
Like, and you're doing good. You're not broke. What are you talking about? I clearly see you live in a nice apartment. Anyway, maybe the word wasn't broke. Maybe it was like, it was something like that.
Yeah.
It was something like that said, I don't have too much money, so here's a cookie.
Right.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I gotta go.
Right.
So I'm just, no. And then the worst part about it is that like my initial reaction was, I love it.
He should have married you right there.
I didn't know how to react. I was scared. I was scared to be a bitch. I was like, this is great. Yes, thank you so much. Oh, I gotta go.
And then what did he say?
And he was like, you're welcome. And he gives me a hug. I'm sure he was probably expecting my cookie, but that didn't happen.
Ooh, what if it was like a
girl, probably. But anyway, so I'm leaving, right? And here's the worst part. Like, he's walking me out, and I'm pressing the elevator button with the cookie, and he's like, hey, watch out, that cookie was expensive. And I'm like, bro, this can't be life right now. This cannot be fucking life right now.
$2.50
Like,
on that cookie, Maria.
We went to dinner the other day at a nice-ass restaurant. I saw you buy your mom and your sister nice-ass fucking gifts. You didn't have to give me anything. We're not in a relationship. We're not even, like, official, nothing. I wasn't expecting anything.
Right.
So why did you do that? Like, did you go to, like, a corporate event from your work and you got the cookie as, like, the free lunch that they provided you guys, and you were like, oh, white macadamia nut, just like I did inside Maria. So did you just put it in your fucking briefcase and then like it was like, I'm just gonna give this to her as a gift because I love doing that. to her. So
too
yeah,
much.
no. Yeah, so am I tripping though? Like, that's a horrible gift.
Yeah.
Anyway, the guy, he was nice though, like, whatever. He tried to redeem himself, and then years later, he sent me flowers, and we still laugh about it. All his friends know. Everybody knows. Like,
You guys laugh
everybody
about it?
fucking, yes, they all know. I told them. I told them. So everybody knows who he is and what he did to me.
Dun, dun,
Motherfucker. So it's a funny thing now. Like, I'm not hurt about it or anything, but that is literally the worst gift that I've gotten. Yeah. Yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah. What's the main thing a female finds attractive with/on a guy? The main thing. Numero uno.
What he looks like, I guess.
Physical
attraction is always number one, but confidence.
How you carry yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I wouldn't know like what specific like physical traits. Maybe you mean like what's the main thing that we're attracted to past the physical traits. So like, yeah, like confident, you're goal oriented, but you're not just talking about your goals. I can see that you've already accomplished some, so I know that I'm not like wasting my time. You know, you're already successful or like well on your way into your success, that you're like, okay, I see that you're focused and you're doing something and I'm okay. Like, I don't have to worry. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's attractive.
Yeah. And haircuts.
Oh, yeah.
How your hair looks.
Right.
Oh, and your nails, honey. Your nails. Get a manicure, baby, because that's not going to go anywhere near anybody's vagina with those hanging nails.
No, gracias.
Yeah, no.
Oh, my God.
No. Like, hangnail? No. Or like dirty? No.
I can't. Yeah, that's
Hygiene,
really gross. You can really mess a
dirty
girl
nails.
up.
Honey, nobody wants a yeast infection. I'm sorry. Get a manicure. It's okay. You're not gay because you got a manicure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks.
fine.
You're
It's called a
extra
manicure.
Right.
Man, you're a real man.
Congrats.
I'm a real boy.
Oh man. Right. I guess main thing physical.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, physical.
I mean, I feel like that has to come first. So
Yeah.
because initial attraction.
Yeah.
All the other shit, it's like now I'm just looking at other stuff. Like, oh no, your nails are gross.
It's like a check mark. You know, it's like, oh, he looks good. Okay, check. Then the next thing, check.
Like,
oh, sorry.
I almost feel like, are they hinting like, do you have to like a guy with tattoos or like without tattoos? Like, is it more attractive? And
That's up to each person, you know.
it's true.
Yeah.
As long as you know who you are and you're secure in your masculinity and you're not sexist or homophobic, yeah,
All those things.
you're good. Yeah. So, next question. Is bad sex unhealthy in a long-term relationship?
I would feel like yes.
Yeah. I mean, if you're somebody, if either one of you loves sex, then yeah.
If you feel like it's bad, then I don't. That's just.
That's not good. But
You're gonna
there's
cheat.
always a fix to that. There's always a fix. Nah, fuck that. You're not gonna cheat. That can't be a reason
Yeah,
for
but
them
half
to
of
cheat.
people don't know how to fix bad sex. They just, oh, she doesn't know how to suck dick properly, so let me go find somebody.
Yeah, exactly. But that's because you fucking suck as a person.
Yeah.
Not because
Of
of, you
course.
know what I'm saying? Oh no, but I know you're not trying to say it. Yeah. Anyway. No, I know. I'm just reiterating that that's not a reason.
Like, even
you
if
know.
she sucks bad dick, don't go cheating.
Yeah, teach her how to suck a dick. Teach him how to eat your pussy. Teach each other. Work with each other. If you don't know where to start, hello, 2018, internets, google.com.
Pornhub.com.
Hello. Yes.
They'll teach you some tricks.
See
of the
what you
trade.
like. You know, talk about it openly. You know, I know that it's taboo and that I know that it might hurt some guys' egos to know that maybe, you're not doing everything you could be doing, but as long as you're taking the step to talk about it, that means that you both care and you love each other. So why not have that building relationship?
Yeah, I mean, if you're comfortable having sex with each other, you should also be comfortable discussing those things, because it's not just, especially if you're in a relationship and it's consistently bad, like, yeah.
Come
you need to
on,
talk
bro.
about that.
No way to live.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was
There's
gonna
no way to live.
say. Man, that sucks, dude. That sucks. Yeah, definitely. I hope it gets better. Sending all my great sex wishes to you out there.
Well wishes.
Positive sex vibes.
Yes. Positive sex vibes from our pussies to yours.
Too much. Alrighty, next question. It says, talk about Power if you watch it, and how do you feel about Tyreek, Ghost, Kanan, Angela, Tasha, etc.? I feel like I'm probably the only one who watches Power.
I watch Power.
What? You watch us Power? I watch us Power. It's me.
Have you been catching up with this new season? I had to kind of give it just like, all right, y'all are doing the most
annoying. Like, come on, let me see you guys like kill somebody really big, like plot twist.
I mean, that's all they do. All they're doing is killing people. So it's like we might as well just.
What is this show about? I've never seen it. So what is it about?
Drugs.
Like
this drug
quick
dealer
summary,
dad
10-second summary.
who started fucking the DEA or whatever, whatever they're called. And now shit's over his head. Daughter's been killed, like crazy. I told you, it's crazy. Like that show that you watch, Catalina.
She's so Colombian, right?
No, I mean
it's a lot. Like
it's
Angela
so
and Ghost. Like,
much.
okay, we knew that was gonna happen again.
Are they back together? I haven't caught. Like, I'm literally only 3 episodes in, or 4 maybe.
Oh, well, then I'm not gonna say anything.
Well, it's canceled in my heart because it's so much.
So you haven't seen, like, you're not up to date.
No, I'm not up to date at all.
Well, they're not really back together, but they sucked.
I mean, I saw that he was messaging her. He was calling her and leaving her voicemails, I think, and like she was helping Tasha and all that shit. Like, it's just too much.
Yeah. Well, they finally ended up meeting each other, meeting up at the bar.
Oh, they did.
Talk. Yeah, but they haven't fucked
yet.
Yet.
Episode 7. Now look at them steamy sex scene.
Oh, but you know what happened? Tasha told Ghost that the other guy, the lawyer, loves her.
No.
In front of Angela. So she just dipped from their condo, whatever they live in, and left Angela and Ghost just sitting there. Like Angela was like, I think it's my time to go. She was like, no, you can stay.
Messy bitch.
And then Tasha just runs out. So there's a lot more. Oh, and it looks like, from the spoilers, that Angela's gonna end up being like investigated now, like on trial.
I figured it would, because she gets on my fucking nerves. Sorry.
Oh no, it's fine.
What's happening with Dre and all the things? Last time I saw he was with Councilman Tate or something.
Yeah, well, it looks like now Ghost and Dre are gonna do some working together.
See, this is why I had to cancel this show.
So I don't know how deep that's about to go, but that's where
I'm gonna have to insert spoilers if you haven't caught up with the recent episode.
You guys totally spoiled the whole show for me now.
You weren't gonna watch this shit.
Yeah. She was on Twitter a year ago. Hey, how do you watch Power? You should watch it. It's good.
It's like season 5. Yeah, girl.
You know, like when I see too many people liking it, I'm like, I don't wanna.
Hipster.
And then I do, and then I get addicted to it. I have too many shows that I'm already addicted to.
True life. I'm addicted to
yes,
too many shows.
I can't. I love shows. This bitch is trying to get me hooked on another one.
Do
maybe.
it.
Maybe I'll start watching it.
Yeah.
Next question. Hey, I'm not actually 13. Okay.
Sure.
I'm 18, by the way.
I'm already confused.
Honey, let's pause right there. Why? why? Why did you have to say that? We didn't think you were 13. Now I'm concerned that I'm talking to a 13-year-old and a 13-year-old is watching this. If you're 13, don't watch this show. Wait until you're like of age.
30. No, I'm joking.
No, because then it's too late, and then
Right,
you
you're
can learn a
already
lot
fucked.
from our show. But like, I just my son is 10, bro.
Yeah.
They would just feel weird to talk to my son the way that I'm talking on this show. We can have the same discussions, but in different ways. So if you're 13, just turn it off, okay?
Yes.
She's
Unless
like,
you
whatever.
don't have anybody
Fuck
else
you,
to
I'm gonna
like,
keep
they
on
don't have
watching.
anybody else to talk to. Well, thank you for watching. Whether you're 13 or 18, I'm hoping you're 18.
Yeah.
But this is my question. How would you feel / what would you do if a guy shows affection for you when it is only you and him alone together? But when it comes to the confrontation of his friends
Being around his friends.
or being around his friends, he like does like a stale face.
Oh, Jesus.
Whether it's I'm guessing this might be in person or over text or whatever. But I mean, if a guy is being super sweet to you in person and then like a total dick with his friends, which is like a lot of guys do that shit is annoying, girl.
That's a red flag. Though.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
That's a super bright flag.
That means that he doesn't have either enough confidence or enough respect in you to treat you the same way in front of, or that he has other interests maybe that may be not the best interest for you.
Right.
Maybe he's just trying to get all up in there and dip and like not let it be any like social, thing that you guys were together.
No bueno.
It's not okay.
Wouldn't pursue with this.
Yeah, honey. You're too young, whether, you're too young. Too young, too cute. I'm assuming all our viewers are beautiful. Fuck that shit. You deserve somebody that's going to treat you nicely in private and in public and not try to act like you're not together or like you're not talking or like your thing is not a thing. Right. And that goes for anybody, any age, because that happens a lot, actually, at all ages, and you're going to learn to do that, right?
And I feel like 80% of the men ain't shit until about 30 and older.
And even then, honey.
Forever.
Yeah. So you got a long way to go, boo-boo. Don't take them seriously. Okay? No.
All right. Next question. If somebody's man is all up in your DMs or texting you inappropriately, do you snitch on him or do you tell his girlfriend to get her man?
Somebody's man all up in your DMs. Do you know the girlfriend? Like, if so,
that would
snitch
be
time.
Yes.
Well, I already know that this is my story is gonna come up later anyway in another question. So
yeah.
But honey, I've tried to tell. It's a waste of time. It doesn't work. Like you tell them, and then either you get told off, or I mean, what's the point? Like, what's the point? They're not gonna break up. They're never gonna break up. The girl is always
the lady or the girl is ready.
I think the right thing to do is tell.
All right.
I think that's the right thing to do. But it also depends on like the severity of the DM. Like if they're just like, hi, blah, blah, blah. But I've had guys do a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if it's like not aggressive, like mean, but it's like an aggressive, like trying to really get at you. Yeah. And it's evident that they have a girlfriend, but like you don't know the girlfriend at all. It's just a complete stranger. I would feel like you would just go at the guy and be like, "Oh, cute girlfriend,"
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
I
they don't even care.
Say that.
They would even bring up their girlfriend,
right? But it's like
and
I can
still
see
try to
clearly
take a
that
shot.
you have
Like,
a girlfriend.
hello, which one is it?
Yeah.
So
yeah. Exactly. You bring up the girlfriend, and they'll still try. They will still try.
So
There's some triers. There's some triers like out here.
Most you got a LIG.
And then like lately I've just been like, because I get them a lot. Like you guys are just come on, man. I see your girlfriend on your page, man. Come on. So like I'll see the DM and then I'll just go to his page and like all the pictures with his girlfriend. Like I can see you, bitch. Okay, you're not about to know. You're not gonna drag me into this. Hell no.
Yeah, sloppy.
So I've also had a guy. Oh my god, guys get on so many levels with this shit. I have had a guy, right? He is an athlete, okay? and he has a dog, and he has a separate page for his dog on Instagram, right? So I started following the dog because the dog's super cute, super adorable dog. And so the dog DMs me. The dog's slid in my DMs. I'm like, oh shit, the dog is in my DMs. Woof woof, right? So he's like, yeah. He asked me something about like, oh, when are you coming up here, right? Or when or something about my location. And I was like, are you asking or is your owner asking? Anyway, so we talked. You know, we talked for a little bit. It was clear that there was a little bit of interest. And then, you know, so I'm like, all right, let me see about this guy, right? So I go to his page, and, you know, he, like I said, he's an athlete, and I'm like, okay. I start scrolling down, and I see the girlfriend, and I'm like, man, fuck me. Like, really? Okay. All right. So, whatever. So I was like, you know what? This guy knows some people that I know, so I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna just let it dwindle out. So I let it dwindle out. Now, keep up with me. So then I had a client that played in the same team that he did, right? So I did that. I did
client.
not that type of client. Okay, I'm an artist, so I did some artwork. God damn it.
I mean, all these stories were, a client.
A client of the elite. Okay. Tape to be released soon. No. I did some artwork.
Yes.
For one of my clients, and he plays on the same team as him. And it was for a Halloween party. So we go to the Halloween party, right? And it's in New York. It's beautiful. It's on a yacht, blah, blah, blah. You know, we're like super cute, whatever. Ha, 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 tee. I see the guy, and I'm like, oh, shit, that's the guy with the dog. And we're like, shit, that's the guy with the dog. So I'm seeing him, and I'm like, fuck, that's the guy with the dog. Sorry, we got a FaceTime call in the middle of that. You know, just like. Anyway, so yeah. So I'm like, shit, that's the guy with the dog. And I'm like, you know what? I would just look at him. So like he sees me and I see him, and we see each other, and we see each other seeing each other, and we're like kind of like this. So finally we get close enough to each other where it's like not like awkwardly one walking to the other person, you know, because that's kind of awkward. So he was like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, hello. And I was like, I know you. And he was like, yeah, I know Instagram, right? And I was like, yeah, how's your dog doing? And then he just died laughing, and then it was just funny. And he was cool. He's just a cool guy for the rest of the night. Like, it wasn't anything weird, but I'm like, bro, I see you.
Chasing another one too at the party with the girlfriend.
Oh shit, that's right.
Lord.
He was with another
Yes.
one.
Yes,
Oh,
he was.
honey, the tea. Okay, he was with another, and she was super sweet too.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't
my
a girl.
business. Mind my
Okay.
business.
Right.
So I left that shit alone. Yeah, and then when it's like big shit like that, like you're like, man, ain't nobody got time. But if it's your friend, I feel like obviously tell them.
Right.
Yeah, if
Someone
it's somebody
you know.
yeah, so that you don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Or it could also happen that because sometimes you're so quick to dismiss it too. Like the other day, a guy messaged me, and I'm just like, you know, mindlessly. I didn't even check. I'm like, oh hey, what's up? Blah 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 blah. And then like after a few messages, I go to his page and I see a woman, and I'm like, oh, I mentioned the girlfriend, and he's like, oh yeah, that's my wife. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, no, but she thinks you're beautiful too. And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm glad I didn't block you immediately. You're not, like, you're both, like, into this. Okay, cool. Like, okay. So sometimes it's good to get that kind of verification because I'm like, oh, great, you're not a fucking creep. Thank you for not being a creep. You know, you're just out here living life with your wife, and I respect that, you know? Seriously. That was
take
a
a
lot
break?
of talking I did.
Yeah. Go. If you girls had to pick your favorite movie of all time, what would it be? That's a hard one.
To Wong Fu, thanks for everything.
That's easy for you.
I'm the Latina Marilyn Monroe. I got more legs than a bucket of chicken. Honey. Little Latin boy in drag, why are you crying? it's just so full of like these bitches have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
I mean, I've seen it.
oh
thanks
yeah,
to you.
I did force her to watch
but
it.
it's your favorite, not ours.
It's my
So I'm
favorite.
sorry we're not.
I know, it's just so great. It's so full of quotes. You guys should definitely watch it. Okay, picture this, right? Picture this. Patrick Swayze. John Leguizamo. What's the guys from The Matrix name? Yes. Blade.
Oh,
the guy Blade.
The guy with the taxes. He went to jail.
Oh, really? What's his name?
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes. Patrick Swayze, John Leguizamo, Wesley Snipes. Three of the manliest manly man in fucking Hollywood, right? They're fucking manly as fuck, right? In drag. Perfectly. The acting is on point. The drag is on point. Oh my God, it's so great. And then it's just so funny and it's just so refreshing to see three totally heterosexual males be, confident in themselves enough to play these characters and play them off so well. Robin Williams is also in the movie briefly. And it's just amazing. It's an old movie too, so like it's so pure because it doesn't feel forced and it doesn't feel like they had to do it because it was the popular thing to do at the moment to do something that's like LGBTQ, whatever. This is an old movie, so it's so great. It's so amazing. I love it.
Geez, I love so many. I'm the movie person, so it's not like shows. So I have so many.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. For a while, it was Four Brothers.
Oh, with Tyrese.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And then as of recently, it's probably The Equalizer because I just finished seeing the second one too. So good.
I haven't seen
So
that.
good.
Yeah, I saw it recently. It was pretty good. I mean, I feel like it was pretty predictable to me. The second one.
No, the second one, yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's clearly the buddy.
Yeah. The first one is like the.
God, so many spoilers. I hope you guys.
Oh, and Wonder Woman. Oh my god.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yes.
I still haven't fully watched Wonder Woman.
It's so good.
I mean, anyone who knows me knows what my favorite movie is. It's Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh my God, I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to be wrong. Literally, I was gonna say that because we went to. I really didn't want to be wrong because that was gonna be my second. That was gonna be my second choice, and I was waiting on you to finish talking so I could be like, "But what about?"
No, I've been watching that movie since I was like 11 or 10 or 11. My aunt introduced it to me, and it was like. I was obsessed with it from the moment I watched it. Like, obsessed. Know all the songs, know all the dances. I guess it's another, like,
you actually introduced me to that.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I had not seen it before.
Too.
Yeah.
Because I was pregnant when we went to go see it.
Yeah, that was
That is
super
awesome.
fun.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yes.
You guys are welcome.
I love that movie. It's my second favorite.
No, it's so good. I guess another manly man.
Yes, manly man. Yeah, you guys should definitely watch that as well. The original one.
If you're into
so
musicals, it's the best.
Yeah.
Really old though too. It's from the 70s, so you have to remember that.
Yeah, but
also
really
wasn't
good,
trying to make like a whole statement either. They were
exactly.
just...
That's what's so pure about it.
Yeah.
It's just pure.
Mm-hmm.
They're making a statement. They know they're making a statement, but it doesn't feel forced because it's not.
It's not a hashtag.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Okay.
All right.
Sweet transvestite.
Hey.
Sorry.
We can start. I have the whole soundtrack downloaded.
I love it.
I don't know the soundtrack.
Damn it, Diana. Sorry.
Damn it. Jenny.
I love you.
Late night double feature picture show.
I wanna know. Okay. Always
done.
not.
Is you done?
We love you.
Is you mad?
But she's the movie person, right?
Not the oldies. She's very up to date with
she
all
is very
the
up
current
to date.
shit.
I'm never as up to date. I'm not up to date, period.
Yeah.
But Diana's the one to ask for like modern movies.
Get your shit
Oh
together.
shit, okay. Is it my turn? Okay. Yes, ma'am. Vogue.
Okay. Sorry.
Come on and move to the music.
Hey, you look like Madonna right there too with the bang in front of your eye.
Just read my whole. I'm 22 years old and not in a relationship or really interested in one. Is that weird or bad? I just find that I prefer my own company. Was that good enough for you?
That was
Oh my
good.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, I mean,
No, that's not bad at all.
whatever
actually.
floats your boat.
Yeah, man, live your life.
Yeah.
You're only
You-
22.
Super
You
young.
may feel different in a
Yeah.
few years,
Mm.
you know.
And there's no one who's caught your eye yet. So.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh, just
completely
wait.
normal.
Oh, just wait, honey. Love's gonna come and punch you in the face and throw you down the steps and kick you and stomp you in the face.
And then pick you up in a blender and
Yeah,
kill you.
it's gonna happen. So just
Okay.
enjoy. And then it's gonna eat you and then throw you up. And then that's what you're gonna be. You're gonna be love throw up. That's what you're gonna be. So it's fine. No, I'm
No.
kidding. Love is amazing. I love love.
Yeah.
But you're good, honey. Enjoy your youth.
Yeah, you're young. You don't have to
Yeah.
be interested in anyone right now. So, I mean, not that you ever do, but
Yeah.
You could be 50 and feel the
Right.
same way.
Mhm.
Just be
As-
like the cat guy.
Right. As
or
long as
lady.
as long as you're doing that genuinely from your heart and you're
Right.
not playing with people's hearts and like making them think that
Mhm.
they have a chance.
Oh, hello. Oh, God. Part 2 of
Why does this
I'm
always
too old for
happen?
this.
I'm hot. Can you turn the AC on? Yes, please. Turn the rice off. Anyway, as I was saying. Can you turn the AC on, please? It's just a moth.
okay, press play.
Oh, Lord. Oh, that was a lot. I don't even remember what I was saying. What was I saying?
Young love.
It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
Oh, as long as you're not playing
Oh,
anybody.
yeah. As long as you're not playing anybody. Don't make them think that you want a relationship.
Right.
It's okay to explore your feelings and explore if you want a relationship with somebody. But the moment that you know that you don't, or that you don't think it's going to go far, just make sure that your actions are matching up to that. Because too many young men make the mistake of not being honest with the person, and too many young women make the mistake of not being honest with themselves. So I feel like now things are getting better with our generation as far as like being sexually liberated, but I feel like it's still pretty common for women to be kind of molded into somebody that always wants a relationship.
Right.
You know, that's something very common. And then when you're young, you might not really want that, but you might feel like that's what you should want. So then you want it because you think that you should want it. Kind of like how this question is
So
asking.
it's good that you recognize
Right,
that you prefer
exactly.
your own company.
Whether you're a
and
man or a woman.
It
that's
may
good.
change it in the future, like, because you're pretty young, so.
Right.
Yes.
So honesty.
That's all big, the mother.
Sorry. Lord. Okay.
I don't think that's a moth. I think that's a June bug or something.
Oh yeah, that doesn't look like a moth. Okay. As long as it's not a
Well,
wasp.
then. All right.
Amen. Alrighty. What is the dumbest game a guy has came at y'all with? I.e., hypothetical guy.
Yeah, I want to go.
You guys just love
Stir the pot.
wow.
Stir the motherfucking pot. Stir the pot.
Lord.
What's the dumbest thing somebody tried to run at you with?
Oh my god.
Or
Wait,
try to get at
Hold
you.
on. You remember the guy that you saw at wait, I can't get it together.
Wait.
That was at my mom. My mom was at the club and I was like, no, I gotta go. And then he found me and said that you didn't tell him. And then he had to act like he didn't know that it was my mom. It was, yeah.
Yeah.
So a guy was trying to get at your mom first, and then
And then so I told my mom about it. I was like, yeah, apparently some guy that you work with, like, saw you out and with my friend or whatever.
Okay, first of all, let's tell this story right. Because, okay, so we're out one night, we're out, right? We go to a bar, and we walk into the bar, and I'm like, oh, I was like, Jasmine, I see your mom. This bitch dips. She doesn't say anything. She just about facing is out of there. She's like, oh, hell no. So I'm like running behind her, like pushing people out the way. And she said, Jasmine, wait, what happened? It's just your mom. Are you mad at each
I
other?
gotta go.
What the hell?
Got him.
She did. She left.
Oh,
She had to go.
Jesus.
So me, I go back inside and I'm like, hey mom, what's up?
Bitch.
We end up sitting at the table, drinking, whatever. Okay, whatever, mom. I have to pretend at that point that I was not with Jasmine. Yet somehow still tell her that Jasmine did my makeup. Like, Jasmine did my makeup, you like it? But yet not explain, like, how are you not with Jasmine anymore?
I can't.
I love it.
And then the guy, yeah, and so then did I follow the guy on Instagram? We ended up following each other, and then he messaged me about you.
I don't know. I
I don't know how he found me. I don't know how he found me. I don't know if we. I don't know. I don't remember. But all I remember is that, yeah, that he messaged me about Jasmine, and then when I mentioned her mom, he was like, "Hold on, that's her mom." And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "All right, never mind." Never mind. Left the DMs like this.
But they
Like-
still DM'd me and said, "Oh yeah, you so and so's daughter."
Oh,
Me,
yeah.
what? You knew this? And then I told my mom. I was like, "Yes, apparently some guy you work with messaged me," and she goes, "Oh, he tried to get at me too."
Oh my God, y'all are terrible. I didn't know that. You didn't tell us that. Oh shit, y'all are messy.
I was like,
as
"Okay,
hell.
that's kind of creepy."
Get it together. Okay, well the mom didn't want it. I think the daughter will be good, and that's gonna go really well. Like
Right.
in fucking family.
We're not gonna talk about you at
like,
all.
Holidays, like that's
Mm-mm.
weird.
Mm-mm.
Stop it. Stop being creep.
Too much.
For me, I think it would have to be this manager that I used to have at this country club.
Oh Jesus.
And I actually went to school with the daughter. And I guess her dad he managed there. So I think I was like 18, 19 at the time. And he came in there and he just always said, man, if I was just 10 years younger, you would be mine.
Oh.
And kept saying little slick shit
those.
like that. And I'm trying to play it cool, 90% of the time I came in there hungover as shit. So I'm like, I'm one ear out the other. So then he comes up to me one day and he tells me, hey, why don't you let me take you on a cruise? And I'll tell my wife that we're on a business trip.
What? Diana.
Yeah. And the only reason why I never even reported him to HR was because that would have ruined, like, his daughter looks up to him so much. I always see her post statuses about her dad and how great he is. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to leave. I ended up quitting and getting another job and just forgetting that ever happened. I blocked him everywhere.
Wow.
Blocked his number. And I was like, you know what? I continued seeing the daughter talk highly about her father. And I was like, I'm just going to mind my business.
Right.
And let her maintain that image of her dad.
Jeez. Well, I hope
so
that
he
he
can
didn't
provide
try that
for
with
her.
anybody else.
Right.
He probably did. Who
I hope
knows
he's
how
never
many other
succeeded.
women?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Oh my.
So that was probably the dumbest and just flat out, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm cringing right now.
Yeah.
So no, I had a guy one time come up to me after the club, and he was like, "Hey, mommy."
Already.
Classic. Hey, mommy. He was like, I speak a little Mexican.
Oh.
And I was like,
Whoa. What's that sound like?
I was like, and I was like, well, I'm sorry, I don't. And he's like, I speak a little Puerto Rican too. And I was like,
What?
I'm sorry, I'm Colombian. I
You
don't speak either of those. I'm so
I only
sorry.
speak Colombian.
And he was like, oh man, I don't speak any Colombian. I don't speak any Colombian at all. True story. This actually happened outside of Aurora. Okay, that's what I get for going to fucking Aurora. Okay. He was like, man, I don't speak no Colombian, and I was like,
Heartbroken.
I was like, well, yeah, it's Spanish, and he was like, oh, Spanish. I speak a little bit of Spanish, and I'm like, okay. And I was like, and then we had a little conversation. I was like, well, I have a boyfriend. Of course, I didn't have a boyfriend. And then he's like, okay, have a good night. Have a good night. But yeah, that was literally dumb. But then the second part of this question was, what? I.e. what?
Hypothetical guy. Who that?
So
Who that
that ties into our previous question about the DMs, guys that are in relationships going into the DMs. So this guy that is like mutual friends with people that I know, I'd always seen him online around, right? So like we end up following each other just because, you know, like mutual friends, whatever, we end up following each other. Slides into the DMs, normal, right? This is just normal conversation, and we're like, all right, whatever, we'll text, like normal shit, right? And then
Normal.
this is just normal conversations. And then one day, so I guess I'd put up a picture or something. I don't know.
It was a thirst trap. Probably
Yeah,
booby.
it was
Booty
like
cheeks.
a booby thirst
Booty
trap or
cheeks.
something. And so he was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh,
Oh wait,
yeah.
boobs or booty?
Maybe both.
I think it
Was
was.
it an ass picture? Because it was.
Oh, it
summertime.
was the ass picture
Yes.
from when we had your
Yeah.
cookout. That's exactly
Oh,
how the
I
fucking
did it.
happened.
I
the
did it.
shorts.
Yeah, with the
I
short
remember.
shit.
Half
Gotta
of
be
her
at
ass
my
hanging out.
cookout, huh?
I took a picture. That's exactly how
Right,
it
all my
happened.
fault.
That's exactly how hypothetically got started. I took a picture, and I had the little cutoff shorts, and I, you know, butt cheeks, like little a W. You know the W of the shorts.
Anyway.
So like I look good, whatever. And he's like, you look good, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So then he goes, well, about me, of course. Hypothetically, it looks like rubbing oil on them and sliding your penis in them would be an amazing time. Hypothetically, though, I would
penis.
never. Exactly, my penis. So I gotta slide my own penis into my own butt cheeks with oil.
He's like trying to speak in like third person and
Like
shit.
olive
too.
oil,
I
coconut oil.
can't.
What kind of oil?
I
Jeez.
can't. What kind of oil? What kind of oil? But yeah, so he had a girlfriend, and
And I think what happened was once I think you were sending us screenshots of this guy, and I'm like, wait, I think I know his girlfriend because I
that's
remember.
how it happened.
Yeah, because I was
Yeah.
like, no, I think I know the girl that he's dating. So, but there weren't any pictures of them, both of them. So it was like, I don't really know. So I wasn't going to assume. Then they finally had a picture posted up together, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's fucking trifling. I know her. I was like, that's too messy. It's part of the circle. Like, you just tell her and wash your hands. Like, you
Right.
don't want to be
because
a part of.
you know what happened? Her and I started following each
Yes.
other, and I'm like,
I was like,
fuck.
no, that's the girl. That's his girlfriend. No, this is
Yeah.
too much.
Her and I started
Right.
following each other, and I'm like, fuck. Like, how can I keep following this person and being mutual followers when I'm having these conversations and I just found out that, you know,
This is
You're
your
the girlfriend,
boyfriend.
yeah. So that happened. So I told
Yeah.
her, and then it just
It just backfired.
it just
Hypothetically
backfired.
speaking, it didn't go
Hypothetically
well.
speaking, it didn't go well, and then you know, just a lot of whatever. But yeah, so it's like, you know, when that shit happens, like you're sitting here sending me messages telling me fresh waxes inspire me. Hypothetically speaking,
Hypothetically, I would put my dick in you. Hypothetically, I would never. I wish I would.
hypothetically, I would fucking slide my penis in your blah 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 blah. But I would never. Just hypothetically.
Okay,
Hypothetically.
good. This is cool.
That's so lame.
It is.
But you know,
And he's what, over 30, right?
yeah, and he's over 30. You're old as hell doing all this.
Mm.
God, I really thought that maybe they had an open relationship or something, because I asked him about his
Right.
girlfriend. I asked him, like, when I found out, I asked him, I was like, so you have a girlfriend? And he's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, and he actually,
Wow.
after, I just remember this, he actually told me that she was like, that he had like posted a picture of her to go
Mhm.
through his media and look at it. So he's telling me, go through my media and look at find her.
his
She's
girl.
up there. Yeah. And I was like, okay. So this is making me think, oh shit, maybe
Right.
they like,
Because
you
you're
know,
openly
like,
talking about your girl, but then you're
Yeah.
also being.
I was like, maybe they just like to, you know, maybe they want a unicorn. I mean, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I've gotten approached to be a unicorn. So I'm like, oh shit, your girlfriend's hot. And then all of that happened. And then because he told me that she wasn't interested in anything like that. So then, you know, yeah. So I
So
mean,
you were just being a dog this entire time.
Right.
yeah, you were being a dog this entire time and then messing with people's feelings, thinking they're about to be a unicorn and shit. And I'm over here like, yes, I got the lottery and shit.
I can't. Fat girl.
I mean, hey, it's not my fault. Like, fucking, I was upset at that. Fuck him. I was just upset at that. Oh, shit. But yeah, I mean, hey, you know, they're still together, so
Yeah,
it's all good. Good for
Yes.
them. I mean,
wish everybody the best.
and nothing happened. We never even like met in person, so
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
that's something that you can move forward from. But it was just stupid. It was just foul ball after foul ball and like fumbles and shit. Am I making football references right?
Anyway, who are we? Right.
Am I smart? And
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
My
Hashtag
boobs can
football
feel when it's
season.
raining.
It's not raining right now. It's not raining. It's definitely not
I
raining.
can't.
Definitely not.
Yeah. Hypothetical.
I just really don't remember.
Lord help us all. So for this next one, it's a nice story that we received from one of our viewers. Hilarious. So we decided to choose to share it with you guys. So here we go. Hi, Help Is Here show. I've been watching. Oh,
That's
she
it.
fucked up.
And
No.
that's the email. And we said, we love you.
Oh my
Thank you for watching. Thanks so much.
All right. So, Help Is Here show. I've been watching a few of your YouTube videos, and I've loved them all so far. You chose such brilliant topics, which literally get me laughing out loud. All three of you are so awesome. The topic of "Are dick pics okay?" instantly made me think of responding to you all because I have my own story to share about sending these pics to us. It's about how I and a few other women at work got our own back on our own dick pic sender, and I thought it might be
At work.
I thought it might be a laugh to share with you all. Anyway, my dick pic sender was a guy I used to work with,
Sender.
who always used to brag about having a huge penis.
At work.
He always looked for an opportunity to talk about how big he was and how so many women were after him because of it.
Holy shit.
I'm sure you've all came across someone like this at some stage.
But not at work.
Mhm.
Right,
Yes.
at work.
This all changed, however, when he sent me a dick pic. His
Yeah,
pic,
this is fine.
his pic was a close-up of his penis with a ruler right next to it.
Oh.
Why?
So I could see exactly how long it was fully erect. Mm. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I don't know what he was thinking, but it wasn't anything to boast about.
Damn.
It only looked to be only about 5.75 inches long.
And she knows the exact measurement
Sweet
because it's
baby,
beside
yes.
a ruler.
Dumbass. You stupid.
Idiot. So he sent me a message around 15 minutes later, begging at me not to show it to anyone else and saying that he was so sorry, but I already sent it to every single one of my female friends by that point.
Well, damn.
What woman wouldn't have? I mean, if only to warn them about
Dick
him.
pic
Yeah.
senders.
Yeah, dick pic senders.
It was no accident that he sent it to me, as I found out that he also sent it to someone else with the same apology, quote unquote, to her around 15 minutes later.
You stop it
nasty.
right
Yes.
now.
I
he's
think
just copying and pasting
Yes.
dick pics and apology.
the same exact
Oh
way.
my
Ew.
God.
Wow.
Copy
Yes.
paste, copy
No,
paste.
not okay.
I think that some of them needed a really good laugh, and they sure as hell got one. From then on, we kept on making jokes at work by measuring various items in the office with a ruler and saying things like, damn, these things are smaller than I expected. It doesn't even measure 6 inches.
Oh my
Followed by lots of laughter. It was so funny watching him go as red as a beetroot, even though he weren't even
Oh.
talking about his junk.
Oh.
They really do need to understand that if they send us unsolicited dick pics, then it opens up season for us to send to all of our girlfriends to point and laugh as well as criticize and judge. Telling them that it's small seems to work really well in getting them to stop.
Yes.
The dick pic guy left 2 weeks later, probably through embarrassment. Our boss
Dumbass.
didn't understand what was going on until after he left. Afterwards, we told her, and she really had a good laugh. The
Mm.
boss.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Everybody knows.
And said that it
Damn.
served him right.
Right.
How could we carry on working normally after going through that?
Yeah.
Amen.
That's sexual
So-
harassment.
right.
Now, this is now the reason I consider an erect penis 6 inches or less to be small.
Damn.
So she goes on to say, do they expect us to react to their dick pic with a message of, ooh, that's such a nice penis. Is that
Right.
all for me?
You
Wow.
Wow!
are okay.
Dick pic, I found you.
I feel so lucky now. It's so big and such a turn on before we magically jump through the screens,
Right.
desperate for sex.
Seriously.
And now jump on top of them.
Oh,
Surely they must know by now that that approach doesn't work, and we're more than likely to show their pics to friends and have a good laugh at them. She said, thank you all for so much for all your wonderful videos, and I hope that my story gives you all a good laugh or smile. Have a wonderful day. Love and hugs.
She's so sweet.
But wait, there's a little bit more.
oh God! A little bit more, literally.
There's a little bit more.
Approximately 5 inches and
Less.
7 what?
7'5". P.S. If you want to see the pic I received, then I've added it down below just to show how ridiculous his whole approach to me was. And the full message I received from him was simply the word like ? Followed by his penis pic below. Shaking my head, a simple hello would have done or worked so much better for him.
That is so nasty.
And kept him out of trouble too. And we received the picture, which is not a sight to see.
Oh God, no!
But it was hilarious.
Oh,
I know
God.
it was great.
Do
And,
I-
and it was about 5.75 inches.
Yes.
But no, I'm sorry.
Oh, honey, no! Don't do that! No, do
We're
that!
not at work.
We're not at
Right.
work. First of all, that's
Yeah.
sexual harassment.
Mhm.
You're sitting here, you're talking about your dick at work. That's sexual
It's not
harassment.
one person,
That
multiple
makes people
women.
uncomfortable.
And then you're
Nobody wants to hear
apologizing,
about
like,
your
that's
junk.
rapey.
Sorry,
Nobody
I
wants to
didn't,
hear
I
about
didn't
your
mean to
junk.
send such a specific dick pic to you and other ladies at work.
But
okay?
nobody even wants to hear about it. What makes you
Right,
think that they
no.
want to see it? They don't want to see it. They don't want to hear about it. That's sexual
At
harassment.
work, like, that is disgusting.
Yeah. Anywhere, really, it's disgusting.
And he's
but
lucky they didn't
especially at
snitch
work.
on him before, and he
He's
would have just quit.
lucky.
Yeah.
He's
Mhm.
lucky.
Yeah.
Okay, they were way too nice to him.
Take some notes, people. Don't do that.
Right.
Okay? No.
Right. No, and then also we're not gonna. However you send, it's not gonna. When we see a dick pic, let's be real. I see a dick pic, and I'm like, if I like the guy, I'm like, oh yes, daddy, I can't wait to have it. And I'm over here like drinking a Capri Sun, like fucking watching my novela, like eating chips and shit. Oh yes, I
a
can't
chip
wait to have it
stick.
down my throat. Oh my god. I'm not like, but they think that we're sitting there in like lingerie or something, like going in and shit and
I can't
ourselves
with
as
these
soon
finger
as we
motions.
see them. As soon as that's not what happens, guys. No, that's not what
No,
happens.
it's disgusting. Especially, I mean, just the fact that there are men out there, a lot of men out there that just send out dick pics, even
I've had that
without
happen.
being with
You
someone.
know what,
You know?
man? So when I went to Miami last year, there was this guy, right? That was like, I was talking to him, whatever, that's down there, whatever. Also, these fucking athletes, like, I swear.
Oh, Maria.
No, like, no, it's a fucking trend. It's a trend. So he had been normal the whole time. A normal guy. He hadn't been a dick. He didn't have a girlfriend. He was just a normal guy, just talking to me and whatever. And then I get to Miami and I'm like, bitch, I know you see I'm in Miami and you in Miami and I'm in Miami. You gonna say something
I'm in your
or not?
city.
It, like,
He's in your city.
right? So I'm like, whatever. So he, instead of him saying, hey, I see that you're in Miami, he straight sends me a dick pic. And not only
What
was
the
it a dick pic, it was ashy. He had the audacity to send me an ashy dick pic.
I don't think I've ever.
I don't think I've ever.
I was offended, bitch. I was offended. I said, excuse me, how
So
dare
basically,
you?
your pussy gotta work overtime
said,
to moisturize that dick.
You mean to tell me I gotta use double the spit?
No.
Excuse me, sir, I am
Double
offended.
everything. Double everything.
I am offended right now. And I literally told him, I was like, hey man, what the hell? And he's like, but you're here. You didn't even say anything.
But you just
So-
send a dick pic?
and I was
That
like-
is so disrespectful.
And I was like, so you send me a dick pic? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, what did you think? And he really didn't have a response. So, I mean, we're still cool and whatever, but we haven't really talked since. It's
Jesus.
just fucking awkward.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
I
You're not any
can't.
better than
No,
the other
his
guy.
name is Ashy Dickhead.
Ashy dickhead. That's not the only ashy dick I've gotten either. I've gotten
Yeah.
multiple ashy dicks.
Really?
I had,
Maria, what is your life?
this guy. Do you guys remember this? Okay, this guy, right? He's an aspiring singer. And he's a local artist.
Is this the?
The guy. So
I want to
I
say.
like
so-
your
Huh?
hold on. So our friends, one of my friends linked us up, right? Because I was looking for male models for something that I was doing, right? So one of our friends linked us up. He ends up, trying to holler at me and shit. So we're talking, whatever. We're talking, and he's like, oh, I really like you, blah, blah, blah. I feel like, we could build something, this and that. And I'm like, sure. He's like, yeah, whenever I'm on tour, like, I'll fly you to where I am and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, sure. We'll go with that. Sure. I'm just like, okay, yeah, I can't wait. I mean, I'm not, whatever. Like, guys say shit like that all the time. So I don't take any of that shit seriously. Anyway, the point is, he's like putting in all of this, like, whatever, right? So then one night, it's like 2:00 in the morning, and he's like, yeah, my mom was in the hospital and blah, 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 and this and that. And I was like, oh shit, is your mom okay? Like, I'm genuinely worried. I'm like, fuck, is your mom okay? And he's like, yeah, she's good. I just need to go home and get some rest. And he's like, can you come pick me up and give me a ride? And I was like, excuse?
Right.
I'm like, it's 2:00 in the morning, and I have not met this guy in person. Also, Uber exists.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I'm not gonna go fucking pick him up. Like, that's fucking insane. I'm not gonna go meet a stranger at 2:00 in the morning. I don't care if my friend introduced us to each other, like, virtually for a professional reason. I'm just not gonna do it. That's just not a smart thing to do. So I was like, my mom or my brother have my car or something. I made some stupid excuse because I didn't feel like, whatever. And he's like, oh man, he's like, I'm just so sad. He's like, can I come see you or something? And I was like, no. And he's like, can I come see you? And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, you cannot come see me. I'm like, I'm going to sleep. I'm sorry that you go get some rest. I'm sorry about your mom and blah, blah, blah. So I'm trying not to be a bitch because I'm over here like, damn, this guy's probably going through a lot. Like, he's probably worried about his mom and blah, 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 and this and that. I know they had a super close relationship. His mom is fine, I think, now, by the way. But I'm worried about this guy, and I'm trying not to be a bitch because of that, right? So this guy's like, yeah, I'm just really worried about my mom, but what would make me feel better? And I was like, what? I'm like, what? What can I do? What can I do for you? He's like, if you suck my dick. And I'm like,
If you suck my dick,
your mom is in the hospital.
I'm so sad about my mom. I just need to bust one off real quick.
Yes,
I want you. I choose you.
That is.
And he sent me a dick pic. It was an ashy dick pic, but that was like after the conversation. But that was that guy. He had sent me an ashy dick pic too.
Ashy dick pic.
Ashy fucking dick pics. Like, I can't. But yeah,
Never heard of it.
Please,
he asked me to suck his dick after his mom was in the hospital, and then had an ashy dick.
Please.
What is my life?
Throw me a pity party.
I can't.
Gross. No. To all of these situations,
Oh.
no.
Thank you.
Wow.
Do better.
Yeah, so of course I had to, cut him off and then tell his friend about it.
Classic Maria.
Called friends.
Oh yeah, honey, I'm not gonna keep my mouth shut. That story is too good. Okay? He's lucky I don't say who he is right now.
Mhm.
That shit is too funny. Too fucking funny. But anyway.
Yes. Well, thanks for watching, guys.
Well, damn.
Bye, bitch.
Adios.
Bye. Like and subscribe, okay?
That's how we're cutting it. Damn.
Like and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you guys so
We
much
love
for
you.
watching.
No, for real though. Thank you. And thank you for your emails. Write to us. We love
Yes.
to
We're
hear.
gonna start over.
If you have suggestions.
Thanks for
for
watching,
watching.
guys.
We love you.
Yes,
Like
love
and
you.
subscribe. Yeah, before it gets empty.
We're gonna do Spitters are quitters.
I'm so proud of you right now.
Gross. Just a joke. You can do whatever you want.